This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings, powered by eXp Realty. Online at madeformoreliving.com.
So we are back in the studio with Rocklin Solar Repair and its founder, Erin Clark, and we are discussing I think it's criminal what happens when somebody buys solar and then the next 5, 10, 30 years, because nobody knows how to maintain these systems. Nobody knows to even inspect them, and then you end up selling the house, and then the buyer comes along and they think they're getting something. But that's why you need to call Erin with Rocklin Solar Repair, because you inspect these properties and you let them know exactly what they're purchasing. But a quick question for you, Erin, like why is this not part of the home inspection? Like why is this not included in the generic, So normally when we have clients, it's home, pest, and roof. Those are typically the three that we see. There's more coming out like lateral sewer. You might have a pool. You might have well. Sure. You might have septic. But typically home, pest, and roof are the big three. Why is solar not included in that trio?
That's exactly why I created this business. There was a need. There was an absolute need for a specialist, somebody who's got a deep experience in the solar industry.
Okay.
And so I've run into a couple of home inspectors that try and do a superficial inspection, and they've admitted, look, I'm not doing a deep dive on it. I'm just doing a pretty superficial check.
What does that superficial check typically look like?
They're mostly checking the items on the roof to see if they're bolted down and if there's a panel that's got broken glass. I mean, anybody can look and see if the glass is broken.
Sure.
There's only one function of a solar system, and that's to save you money.
Yep.
And that's where I'm spending a lot of my time. I'm going to find the stuff on the roof. That's not hard. Pulling the data out of the inverter and making sure it's actually performing as intended is one of the most critical portions of a solar inspection. And if you don't know how to analyze the data, if you're not a certified tech and you don't have the phone app to pull that data out, superficial solar inspection isn't going to do a whole lot for you.
So do you have to connect with the utility companies to do that? Can you do that just on site? You have the ability to access that information, especially those homes that have some kind of a lease of the solar panels or they may not own them themselves. You're able to go in there and gather all that information without connecting with the different utilities or whoever's managing those solar panels?
Yeah, it's a great question. So yes, in my inspection, I'm publishing the report the same day. So I'm going to be at the home, at the site, I'm going to pull that data out because I've got an installer app. So I can go in sort of behind the curtains and see what it's been doing. And then I'm going to calculate all that at the site and publish that report that day. So you will know as a homeowner, hey, the system could be 1 year old or 15 years old. And is it performing as it should? And I'll tell you that right then and there.
Do you also inspect those batteries that people are starting to put into their garages or someplace in their home that stores the energy?
Yeah, that's a lot of battery systems are now being installed because the utilities don't love solar. They're losing their ratepayers. They're losing their revenue stream. And so utilities keep changing the rules on how much they'll pay you for your solar power.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay you anything.
Net energy metering 2.0.
Net energy metering. So we're on 3.0.
We're on 3.0.
We're on 3.0. So, look, if it's SMUD, that's one. SMUD's got their own rules. Roseville Electric has their own rules. PG&E has their own rules. All of them don't want to pay you for that power because they just lost a customer. And so you're seeing a lot of battery systems installed. So people then say, forget it. If you're not going to pay me anything for this power, I'm just going to store it then. I'm going to store it on site and use it at night when my solar system's not working. Mm-hmm. And so, yesterday I ran into a battery system. I probably run into a battery system maybe once a week now, and then by next year, I bet you it's going to be 3-4 times a week.
I believe it too.
Yeah.
Yep. And so one of the things that we do as real estate agents with the Made for More team is we ask the homeowner, if we're representing the seller, hey, what is the output of the system? And so they'll look it up in their paperwork. They're not pulling it through the inverter, but they'll provide the paperwork. Hey, this was the size system that was installed, and then we just do some back of the napkin math and come up with an estimation on what that solar system is providing them in terms of savings. So then that way we can market the property and say, hey, you know what, this house will provide you, it has a solar system, could save you up to $500 a month on average in utility cost savings. Are you able to do that for them as well when you're providing the inspection, or is that something you do?
Absolutely. So in the report, and it's a math equation.
Yeah.
It's actually very easy to do. I will pull the historical data because that's going to tell me what you're actually going to save. So what the paperwork said is one thing when you bought the solar system. I'm actually seeing real world what it's done.
Yeah.
And then on the report, I'm going to tell you exactly, hey, you're going to save $275 a month, $600 a month, whatever it happens to be is right in the report based on real world data.
That's huge. That's worth the report right there, just so that people have that information on what it's doing, because also on what's been installed. Because they may, like your previous example, they may have said they may be paying for 27 panels, but they only had 24 installed. So that's gonna drastically impact the output of that system. So if somebody wanted to hire you, what are they gonna pay in terms of this inspection? What can they
is
expect
this a
in
service?
cost?
Is this an ongoing service that you come out a couple of times a year or maybe once a year, or is this a one-time thing?
Yeah, solar inspection is $299. If it's a really big system, it could be a little bit more, but it's on average around $299 for a solar inspection, and well worth it. Well worth it. I mean, just the 6 hours of savings of your life on the internet trying to figure out what equipment you have and Googling that, trying to get the phone app, I'm going to save them a bunch of time there. And as far as ongoing maintenance, solar systems don't have any moving parts. And so here's what I recommend to my clients. I have them typically, you get your solar panels cleaned, and I recommend that late spring, you really want your system clean before summer starts. I mean, that's the best production time. And so I tell them, hey, we'll come out and clean your system in late spring. We're going to put our eyes on it then. Because if you can tie it into another service, it's not 2 trips to the home. So look, we'll come out and clean the system, and then we'll do a quick inspection while we're there. That's the best way, I think, to annually look at the system, is have it tied into a cleaning.
I love that. And so you guys provide that service as well?
We do.
Okay, great. And so let's say you've inspected the system, things are broken, things are wrong. Are you able to, because I don't even know who I would call to do repairs on a solar system, because sometimes those solar companies are difficult. Most of the time, those solar companies are difficult to work with. Are you able to perform the repairs? What does that look like?
Yeah, I'm a licensed general contractor and solar contractor. And again, like I said, I've been doing this 20 years. So we can perform the repairs. And a good portion of those, I get hired after I do an inspection. But if your contractor's in business still, who put the solar system on, great, go to them. They need to honor that warranty. They put the system in. They need to come back and fix those things that were done wrong at the time of installation. And so it's primarily, let's go see if there's still a warranty.
So you'll help them with that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Man, that's worth the $300 right there. That's huge. That's huge. So all right. So let's walk through the process. We said that you come out, you inspect the property, but sometimes things are wrong, and that can actually delay closings, cause problems. So similar to any other inspection, we recommend have you out as soon as that person's deciding to list the house, before it goes on the market. So we recently had a gal out, or we're working with, her house actually just went on the market today, and she's been working to get that home ready to list for months. And one of the things that was wrong with the property is it had some roof issues. It was going to cost her, I don't know, it was about $20,000. We found an alternative that was going to save her $17,000. And so now she's able to provide this home with this roof warranty that's good for 5 years. So her house is going to stand out now from the crowd because she did the work up front. Same thing is what we would recommend for you. If you're looking to have, if you have a solar system on the property, call Erin and have him come out and do a pre-inspection so you know exactly what you have, so you can then market that to your potential clients. It's the same process, right? It's $299 for a pre-inspection. It's the same exact inspection?
Correct.
Okay. And then we're able now to provide that to prospective buyers. Your agent is able to provide that to people who are looking at the home. They're going to know exactly what they're buying, the quality of the system they're buying, and how much money they're going to save every single month, versus how many houses out there are providing that information up front that have solar. I don't run across any. And so now your home is standing out from the crowd. What's the best way to get a hold of you, Erin?
Yeah, there's a few different ways. We're doing a radio show right now, so I've got a QR code that I usually put on the back of my cards for realtors, and they'll scan that. So you can book yourself. You can go on my website and book. You can call me. You can scan that QR code and just go schedule the system yourself. Here's what I'll say. Realtors, I have a very good relationship with all the realtors that I work with, and they usually want to get a quick rundown of the solar system, and they'll want to chat about some upcoming. So honestly, 80% of the time, realtors just call my cell phone. Erin, hey, here's the address. I'm texting you the details. Get it booked, and then they want to chat about the last one I did.
How long does it take you typically to get out there?
I can typically get out to the home usually within a week.
Within a week? Okay,
Yeah.
great. And you have an easy website, rocklinsolarrepair.com.
Rocklinsolarrepair.com, and you can go right there and book it, or my phone number's on there, and you can just give me a call and we'll chat about the process.
rocklinsolarrepair.com. Or if you're listening to this, or you're like, hey, I listened to this a couple years ago, what was that website? You can't find it. Just go to Made for More Realty, and we'll get you connected with Erin. All right, Erin, thanks for being on the show.
Oh, I had a great time. Thank you so much.
A quick reminder and then back to the show. If you want at least 3 cash offers on your home in as-is condition, just Google Johnny Jennings with Made for More Realty and get more for your home. At least 3 guaranteed cash offers in as-is condition. Do it today.